Welcome, this is Melinda Barlow, CZT, Certified Zen Tangle Teacher, and today is another remake, and you see I have done Cruse right down the center, but I've also done high C's and 4 rosy on either side. So those 2 other tangles that you learned earlier this week, you can go back and put on this tangle, and you can see that the 4 rosy, I just did part of it. And so if you haven't watched that video, check it. This was earlier this week, and this is Cruse that we're going to do, and I am going to do Cruse on a white tile, and I think Cruse is best done on a larger space, but I'm going to give myself a border. And Cruse comes to us from CZT Caren Mlot, and it was done. Oh, I don't have a date on her step outs, but I'm sure it was done in early 2016. And I'm just going back and redoing some of my tangles this month, so that we can see them. This is the prompt for this October. Inktober is drooling, and when people see this, they kind of drool over how did they do that tangle. You're going to find it much simpler than you thought. We're going to work in a diagonal from corner to corner, and we're going to start out with 5 strokes of the pen. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th one is going to drop down so that it has a tail on it, because the next one's going to go there. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5. So I start out 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to need that many strokes. 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can see it's just forming a diagonal picture. And this one's just going to stop right there without the 5th line dropping down. I'm going to come in a little closer so you can see it. Now the next step we're going to do is we're going to come up to the top here, and I'm going to rotate it so that it's this way for me. And I'm going to do a curve line that runs right there. So it's a little hook. But I'm going to do, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Not 5, but 4. And I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to have it come out of here. So it does 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like it's coming, these lines are coming underneath. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then again. And I like my first one to really run right up against those lines that were there. I think it has a neater look. And you want to kind of keep your lines equal distance apart, but sometimes they're not. Oh, I'm sorry, we're going to do something to turn it back the other direction. Okay, so now we've got them all going this direction. And now we're going to turn it, and we're going to, I'm going to bring it around, and I'm just going to make a little curve. So it kind of went into that tangle there. And I made a little mistake, but we're just going to go on with it. And I will kind of tell you the mistake I made when I get done. But in Zentangle, there's no mistakes. I really like my lines to come all the way up, so I usually make sure I draw that one so that it meets those, so I don't have to go back and make another little line. But you can see it's just like a little basket weaving effect. Then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to curve it right around. So it just goes back into that one. And there we have, Cruse. Gave you a little spin there. There we have Cruse, a great tangle that people will be absolutely drooling over this tangle. And especially when you add it in with other tangles. And I'm going to just show you a little bit about shading this particular one. If your lines don't really match up here, you can go and just put a little graphite on either side, and then take your shading stump and blend that out. So that you have the little shading anywhere where it goes under, and that gives it a little shading, and it just really makes this one pop. So I can go back and add some right here. That kind of helps cover up where you start and stop. And this is a great one for just adding other tangles with it. Sometimes I will just use whatever graphite's on my shading stump. But I just love Cruse by Caren Mlot, and she's a CZT. Of course, we love each other. And thank you, Caren, for this tangle many moons ago. And I love it when we get to do a remake and bring back some of those tangles that we might have forgotten about. And then you can just really add different tangles to it to make it pop. And I just love how adding those other two tangles I did this week with this tangle made it gorgeous. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. New videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And when we tangle every day, our attitude is better. We feel better on the inside. We need to take time to just tangle and contemplate life and how beautiful it is. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.